Hello there folks, and welcome to our feature presentation, a podcast series where we look at cult films part of the world of grindhouse cinema from the mid to late 20th century. Join us in this series where we look at films part of genres that range from sci-fi,
horror,
slashers,
giallo,
spaghetti westerns,
Turkish rip-off movies,
blaxploitation,
so bad it's good,
martial arts,
classic masterpieces,
samurai flicks,
and much, much more.
In this episode's feature presentation, we have 2019 After the Fall of New York, the 1983 Italian knockoff sci-fi film by acclaimed giallo director Sergio Martino of Torso. It is the year 2019. The world has been devastated by nuclear war, prevents humans from procreating. A group of survivors are sent into New York, which is now under control by a band of savages conducting cruel human experiments on survivors to rescue a woman who has mysteriously remained fertile. Starring a bunch of Italian actors that you probably never heard of bar George Eastman of Anthropographer's fame. So sit back and enjoy our feature presentation.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host David Osborne, and I'm here with my other host,
Blair Harrison. Hello there folks.
Excellent, excellent. This is the very first episode of our feature presentation.
Alright, so this is a film series, podcast, sorry, we've been discussing for like 2 years now? Well, it feels like 2 years. In case you don't know, this is a film podcast where we look at, I guess you could say, grindhouse kind of exploitation films from like the mid-1960s to about the 90s. So anyway, me and David, we've been working on some time and we thought, what movie could we do? What movie could we start off? And then David showed me a film and I thought, oh my gosh, we need to do this. And what is the title, David, of this film?
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight's feature presentation, 2019, After the Fall of New York.
Or the Italian title, Dopo la caduta di New York. That's probably my awful Italian. I apologize. I'm going to be known for my bad pronunciation, so I hope you like that, folks.
They really like it, trust me. I mean, we can't read the comments in advance, but I think they'll like it.
That should be fun. So, you're probably wondering, what the hell is 2019 After the Fall of New York? It's basically a, Dave, how would you describe this film?
Well, I've got it wrote down here for my notes. It's Mad Max meets Escape from New York, meets Fists of the North Star, meets classic Doctor Who.
And Planet of the Apes.
And Planet of the Apes. God, we'll get to that. We will definitely get to that. George Eastman.
Like in the intro where we discussed the kind of plot, so it take place in the year of 2019. Does that mean next year? Well, at the time recording this, is this what's going to happen? Is it going to look like 1980s Spain? Who knows? Who knows indeed.
But maybe if you go to Spain, it will look like that.
What could be said? I guess I'm going to say things I do like about this film. The opening, I guess we should talk about the opening. The opening, I think, is the best thing about this movie, where you got this kind of badass trumpet player, and then you got that awesome 80s synth with the model shots of New York, just, top notch, man.
Those were so good. The model shots of New York were actually pretty impressive.
I think it's possibly the highlight of the whole movie, because again, you got that awesome shots of the model shots, and you got the trumpet player with this epic badass tune.
Yeah, it's like really, really interesting. Like the music's actually really good, I think, for that scene. Like they actually put some effort into it.
Yeah, because it kind of pumps you up, and you just like, into excitement. Like, oh yeah, this film is going to be badass. It just builds the scene of the post-apocalyptic landscape or the setting of the movie, which I think really works.
Oh yeah, like it was really, really interesting, like especially showing like all that destruction, like how barren it really is. Later on in the movie, when we're actually going through and you see them like on the ground as well, there is quite a lot of destruction. I can't tell if they went to somewhere where like the buildings had been demolished or like they put the effort and actually made the place look like that. It was actually pretty hard to tell, and I think that's actually something that goes as a positive for the movie.
This film has a lot of action, so like some of the action is surprisingly good, and it kind of reminds me a little bit of that movie The Warriors, if that makes any sense.
I was going to bring that up actually. A lot of like the clenching your hands together and like hitting people with your elbows, and then like your hands like bunched together instead of just like punching and kicking. And a lot of the costumes actually remind me of that as well. There's a lot of ones that look as if they've just stole one of the background gang's jackets and just put it on someone.
The two characters, Mr. Crank and the other guy with the claw, they have unique weapons. The guy with the eye patch, he has these kind of, I guess these kind of weird like ball things with a rope. And basically what he does, he just throws it and it chokes his enemies or basically explodes. So that's unique in a way.
Insert innuendo here about balls exploding and choking your enemies.
The other thing I like is we get George Eastman, the character George Eastman, his bloody 8-man character. Oh man, it is something. The acting is off top notch, should we say? Well, should I say the dubbing of this movie?
Yeah, it's really interesting. Like as we've mentioned, like the main chick we see at the start of the movie being voiced by Ela, like I believe it was a deaf man, or at least that's what it sounded like. It could have been a woman, but it sounded like a man who was deaf. Like, can you read these lines? I've never actually heard anybody say these words before because I'm deaf. Just try.
I wonder if like when they recorded this, I wonder if the window was so like soundproof, very good, they couldn't even understand like what the director was saying to them. I'm just imagining that as an image now. It's just like, you know, it's just them shouting at the window. Can you read that? And the act's just like, what?
It's like, what? Okay. Thank you, Master. Thank you for releasing me, Master. I appreciate it very much.
Yeah, exactly. That's how she talks the whole bloody movie.
Yeah, can we mention, like, when, like, our main character wins Death Race 2000... and then he goes in and gets his coins, the animatronic thing that is clearly a person.
Oh my god, I was going to mention that.
It's just a guy.
No, it's a fucking clown. What was up with that scene?
I don't get it. Like, what? It makes no sense, but like, the animatronic is like a clown, but like, it's a person. But it's supposed to be like an animatronic, but you can tell it's just like a guy in makeup.
What was the point of that? You mean to tell me in the year 2019 we're gonna have like a bunch of animatronic fucking clowns just like tell us an incoming call and all that? Like what?
We did have those clowns a few years ago to run down the street scaring people, so you never know.
Oh my god. Oh come on mate, really? Did you really have to mention that?
Frickin' Pennywise the dancing fucking clown.
Oh man, the action I think was really good, even though it's kind of over the top, but the action is the best. I'm trying to think like my favorite kind of action scenes. Do you have a favorite one, the highlight from this movie?
Oh yeah, mine's is definitely the scene where they're fighting among like the buses and stuff like that. It's like this, like bus garage or whatever. They're all fighting, and like at one point, like the two of the bad guys are on the roof, and then you've got what's his name, Ratchet, I think it is. He's trying to escape from them, and one of the guys goes, "Get him!" and the other guy like hesitates, and you can tell like he's missed his cue, and he just sits there for a second and goes, then runs. Like he was supposed to like hesitate for a second probably, but he hesitates for about almost 10 seconds. It felt like before he actually runs after him. It's like the guy's saying, "Get him." Why aren't you running after him? You're closer than he is.
The best thing I also like about this film is the dwarf character.
Yeah, he's just like really random. He's called like Shorty or something like that.
Oh my god, Jesus Christ. Really, mate? Really?
That's actually what it was called.
I know, like really, folks?
Yeah, just for anybody that's listening
you pick Shorty.
For anybody that's listening at home, by the way, if we ever say anything that's even kind of offensive, that's us referring to the movie, that isn't us.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if this is just like the American English version. I'm not sure the Italian, if it's less offensive, but I reckon it's probably the same, but not as bad as the American dub.
Yeah, like, obviously like the Italian version, but it's actually an Italian-French co-production, which is...
What's that?
Yeah, if it tells you at the start of the movie, it says an Italian-French co-production.
Huh.
So that's why you've got like pretty interesting. It's really weird when like all these people are supposed to be like Americans, but if you look at some of the actors, like you can just tell they're Italian. Like you can tell what region of the world they're from. It's like, no, that's definitely not an American. Or it could be an Italian American, but like we know he was just an Italian.
Can't even remember if the guy who plays not Mel Gibson is American. I don't think he's American. I think he's Italian, but I think he worked in America eventually. But who knows? It doesn't really matter. We're just seeing bad acting and cheesy special effects.
Yeah, this is like the movie he's most known for.
Not really. Well, that's not a lie. There's two he's known for. This movie and Blast Fighter by Lamberto Bava, the son of Mario Bava.
Jake Tigerstripe. He plays Jake Tigerstripe in the movie.
That was basically
Tiger Sharp, I think it is actually. Sorry, my head's.
Yeah. Nah, don't blame you, mate. There's like a million. But the interesting thing about this actor, he was so good. He only did 5 movies.
And it's like, nah, peace out, fam. I was in 2019 after the fall of New York. That is a career highlight. I'm done.
That is a career highlight.
I cannot be in a better movie. This is a 10 on 10 masterpiece. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen. I'm done.
What a career choice. To be honest, I probably would have done the same if I did this movie.
I wonder where he is now.
I think he's a manufacturer. So I can't remember. He's like a businessman, I think I read somewhere.
I ever met like he's actually from America. I'm looking up just now. He's from
Connecticut.
Connecticut.
He was from America. I thought he was Italian for some reason.
He's from Connecticut.
Oh, that makes sense.
Oh no, like definitely, like this movie again. Just for anybody out there, is an absolute blast. Even though we are kind of shitting on some aspects from it,
yeah,
deservingly so, because like some of the effects are really awesome in the miniatures, but then you've got some of the most cheesy effects I've ever seen in movies. They're like, somebody's got radiation, just slap a bit of yellow paint in their face, that'll do. Or it's like the ray they use to like knock them out, it looks like a Wi-Fi symbol. So it's like the little arches. It's like it literally looks like something from like a 19 like whatever like Flash Gordon black and white serial. Yeah, and like some of the sound effects in this movie is very, very heavy, like old sci-fi. It's like, whew, whew, like the way the doors open. It's like beep beep beep. It's like. I was
expecting like the usual sound effect, like they use like most sci-fi movies would do, using the Star Trek sound of the doors.
Oh yeah, it definitely does. Like it uses like really generic sci-fi. I bet there's like some sort of library out there somewhere of like audio files that are just like. Yeah, we'll just pay you a small amount of money and you can use this as well. It's like, in Japan, the company Toei, who does like a lot of shows, who done like Super Sentai Power Rangers based on stuff. In the 90s, they actually bought a sound library from the BBC, so you end up hearing like the TARDIS sound from Doctor Who, like in their show, just as a random sound effect for something.
Oh my gosh.
Definitely something that you have to look into. But yeah, this movie, visually, I actually thought, as far as like the camera work was perfectly fine, like wasn't out of focus at any point. It looks like, because we watched it on the Blu-ray, we should say, we watched it on the Blu-ray from 88 Films, who's an amazing company here in the UK.
They do, yeah, that would probably be our sponsors. I guess we're going to say this would not happen if it wasn't for 88 Films. They've done a lot of films, not just Italian film, but other American and Hong Kong films, you know, like Inframan and American slashers like Swamp Thing, which I know is coming out very soon, which I'm excited for, and some of the Trauma movies I think they also did.
Yeah, definitely like Toxic Avenger, which is awesome.
Toxic Avenger, oh, we need to do that one eventually.
Definitely got to do that. Like, I think there's no doubt in anybody's mind that we will definitely cover the Toxic Avenger at one point. Not today, but at one point.
Some of the special features are interesting. The one I think the highlight is the interview with the director, Sergio Martino. You know, he goes into why he makes the movie and the meanings of it, which is very nice. Personally, as a Sergio Martino fan, I guess I sort of am. I haven't seen all of his movies, but is this the worst in his filmography? No, not really. It's enjoyable, you know. Is it as good as his Giallo films or his spaghetti western Menage? No, of course not. Don't get me wrong, but it's enjoyable. That's what I'm gonna say. It's a fun, so bad it's good movie. This is a film I say you need to watch with like your friends. Like, just have a Friday night, get some friends, get some beer, get some popcorn, pop this on, and have a blast of laughter with this film.
Yeah, 100% agree. This movie is really, really fun. Like, I enjoyed watching it by myself, but sitting down with your friends, taking the piss out of it, having a drink, just sounds like the best idea for this movie, because quite frankly, if you're going to sit there and you're going to take this movie seriously, you're probably not going to have a good time. But if you can just sit back, relax, take it for what it's worth, it's definitely an enjoyable movie, if not a good one.
Yeah, definitely. I guess that's really it. So, thank you for listening to this, and sorry if it's a confusing mess. This wasn't intended as planned. This is just stuff we made up ahead. We didn't really want to make like a scripted kind of movie podcast series, which a lot of YouTubers or podcasters do when it's scripted. We just wanted to have fun and all that. So if it's a jumble mess, I apologize massively. But hopefully, this should encourage you to actually watch the movie for shits and giggles.
Yeah, we don't want to be like overly sterile or robotic with these podcasts. We want them to be very much entertaining. Let's just be exactly what it is. It's two guys talking about a movie, taking the piss at a movie in a lot of cases, but also talking about the things they really, really enjoy. And
what they dislike as well.
Yeah, what we like, what we dislike. We're not really going to talk about what can be improved because, you know, most of these people aren't really working on movies anymore, so I'm not going to go, okay, so for the sequel to 2019 Escape from New York, I think we should do this differently. Because
and
make
also
a new movie in 2019.
Oh, well, I think it's a bit late. Unless they already are making something like it, but who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. And I was also going to say, we didn't want to over-analyze it like many others, because that's just boring and not fun, because it's a fun movie. You're not supposed to overanalyze it and just be critical. You're supposed to expect it from bad movies, from Grindhouse Cinema, and that was probably released on like the VHS and all that.
We're not movie critics, we're just movie fans.
So that is us. So I've been Blair Harrison.
And I've been David Osborne.
We hope you have enjoyed the show.
Until next time, thanks for watching.
And we'll see you for the next
feature presentation.
Take care, folks.
See ya.